Hello, friends, and welcome back to Freedom is Important, and we need to fight for it. Okay. Today, we need to talk about how surveillance with no probable cause is anti-freedom and complete crack. Complete crack. Garbage. Garbage. That is not freedom at all. You literally... surveillance without probable cause is an intrusion of privacy to the max. It's a slippery slope. Where would the end be? And it's just no probable cause. Get lost. We don't give a shit. Get lost. Okay. Palantir manifesto described as ramblings of a supervillain amid UK contract fears. Alarm caused by post of Alex Carp, tech firm CEO, championing U.S. military dominance of AI weapons. All right, this guy's an absolute crackpot. He says crazy things all the time that are insanely anti-freedom and ridiculous. So I haven't read this article. Let's see what's up here, okay? But this guy's completely anti-freedom, and you always got to ask yourself why? Because he can make money from it. That's it. Because he can make money. It's that simple. Truly, most of the time, it always is that simple. Okay. The U.S. spy tech company Palantir published a manifesto. First of all, what? You published a manifesto? That's so culty and weird. Anyways. Extolling the benefits of American power and implying some cultures are inferior to others. So he's a bigot. How are they inferior? He's a bigot. Okay. In what MPs in Britain have called a parody of a RoboCop film and the ramblings of a supervillain, a parody of a RoboCop film. That's awesome. Some cultures have produced vital advances. Others remain dysfunctional and regressive. By whose standard? Let's talk about it. By whose standard? Wrote Palantir in a 22-point post on X over the weekend. This is so weird. Like, you're a company trying to make money. Okay, that's the world you exist in. Fine. I'm going to fight anything that's anti-freedom. Don't care if you want to make money about it or not. But to post a 22-point manifesto post, it's just so weird. Which also called for an end to the post-war neutering of Germany and Japan. What does that even mean? The post exhorted the U.S. to reinstate a military draft, saying that free and democratic societies need hard power in order to prevail. What? Okay. It also predicted a future dominated by autonomous weapons. The question is not whether AI weapons will be built, it is who will build them and for what purpose. But we hate that. You understand we hate that, right? Nobody wants that. Nobody likes that. Everybody knows that's going to end poorly. Unless you have robust boundaries and guardrails around this stuff. It's going to end poorly. And these guys don't want any regulation at all. Because they're so far up their asshole, they think all they're doing is good for society. False. Completely false. Pull your head out of your butthole. Oh my goodness, bro. Our adversaries will not pause to indulge in theatrical debates about the merits of developing technologies with critical military and national security applications. They will proceed. That's not even true, bro. It's the modern times. This isn't freaking, an age where... This is the modern age with sovereign countries. We don't just have empires that take things and... it's just is insane, bro. They're going to be complete and utter... out of control idiots, so we have to be too. Come on, bro. The pronouncement is the most recent of a number of high-profile statements from Palantir and its chief executive, Alex Carp, which appear to indicate that Carp views himself as not simply the head of a software company, but a pundit with important insights into the future of civilization. But why? Ask yourself, why is he doing this? Because he can make money and it benefits his company. It's really never more complicated than that. Never more. He could have his own political side of his mind, and he slips that stuff in there every once in a while. But at the end of the day, he would never, and any person who runs a company would never slip anything political from their side of the mind if it isn't hand in hand with making money. Making money, making money, making money. That's all these people care about. They don't care about your freedom, my freedom, anyone's freedom. They will sacrifice your freedom to make a dime yesterday. And we have to fight back. All right? It led to criticism from several MPs who said that it raised yet more questions about the UK portfolios of contracts with the company. Sucks, bro. Palantir can go kick rocks, bro. Everyone cut your contract. Palantir has built up more than $500 million in contracts in Britain, including a $330 million contract with the NHS, as well as deals with the police and Ministry of Defense. These deals have come in for increasing criticism. And again, you want to advance society with AI or technologically, like that's fine. Let's talk about it. Let's build boundaries. Let's make sure we're doing it in ways that benefit everyone, especially the working class. But that's not what they're doing. So fuck them, because that's not what they're doing. All right? It's not write everything off about AI and technological progression. No, it's just let's have regulations, robust regulations, making sure every single average working person also benefits. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Palantir's manifesto, which embraces AI state surveillance of citizens. Oh my, see, this is with no probable cause. We just want to survey you. No. Along with national service in the USA is either a parody of a RoboCop film or a disturbing narcissistic rant from an arrogant organization, said Martin Wrigley, a liberal Democrat MP who is a member of the Common Science and Technology Select Committee. Like him. Either way, it shows that the company ethos is entirely unsuited to working on UK government projects involving citizens' most sensitive private data. Correct. At minimum. It is unclear what inspired Palantir to publish a manifesto. They're crazy. It's clear to me. They want money and they're crazy. Which appears to reprise Carp's book, The Technological Republic, published last year. Oh, God, he wrote a book. Oh, my God. That book laments a widespread complacency among engineers and founders who build photo sharing apps as opposed to collaborating with governments to secure the West's dominant place in the geopolitical order. Dude, get a grip, bro. Get a grip. You're not that important. You're horrible, by the way. In an interview with CNBC in early March, Carp suggested that AI would disrupt the power of highly educated, often female voters who vote mostly Democrat, and instead empower vocationally trained working class, often male working class voters. Okay, first of all, that is so sexist coded. Second of all, how? How is AI gonna help the average working person, let alone if they're male or female? And also, what the hell is this? So mostly women who are highly educated and get good jobs, but then men are working class, and what is this garbage? This is generalizations to the max for no reason. For what? Because you have biases? What, do you hate women? Is this guy even married? What is going on? This stuff is so crazy. So crazy. And at the end of the day, Alex Carp, tell me how working class people, average human beings, are benefiting from AI. They're not. They're actively getting effed over. You might say, oh, people at computing jobs are going to get effed over more in the long run by AI. And if you're, vocationally trained or you have a trade, less so. But that still doesn't answer the question of how those vocationally trained people are going to be benefited by this. Because if less people overall have jobs, there's less plumbing to do because people don't have money to pay for it. There's less electrical work to do because people don't have money to pay for it. There's less houses to build because people don't have money to pay for it. This doesn't make any sense. Under the slightest bit of scrutiny, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. Facts. Doesn't help working class people at all. And someone tell me how it's gonna. Because I already know the talking points and I'm gonna slap you down. I'm gonna slap you down. Rachel Maskell, a Labour MP, former NHS worker and critic of Palantir's contract to help run NHS England federated data platform, told The Guardian to post this is quite disturbing, and in trying to ascertain Palantir's commercial pitch from this, they are clearly seeking to place themselves at the heart of the defense revolution in the technological age. They are far more than a tech solutions company if they are trying to direct policy, politics, and investment choices. Exactly correct, and it's weird. And shut the hell up, Alex Carp. You suck, bro. Who likes you? Who likes you? You live in a bubble where you think, I'm doing what's best for the working class guy. No, the hell you're not. A lot of those working class men don't make enough, are on Medicaid, and they just got to cut. You people are so dumb. You don't actually care about helping working people. You only care about power, and that's it. Power and money. Sorry, power and money. Because this is about defense in the future. Defense is power. Military is power. And you want to make gobs of money. You don't give a goddamn about the working person, the average person. You don't. Man. It is time that the government seriously understands the culture and ideology of Palantir and how it will exit from its contracts at the earliest opportunity. I think you already know, and you need to exit. Last month, The Guardian reported that Palantir was to be given access to highly sensitive UK financial regulation data after the Financial Conduct Authority awarded the company a contract to investigate its internal intelligence data. MP urged the government to stop this deal. Please do! In a debate last week, MPs also demanded that the government scrap its NHS contract. There's no shortage of bizarre and disturbing quotes from Palantir's leadership, said Tim Squirrel, the head of strategy at the campaign group Foxglove. This latest round of incoherent comic book villain-worthy statements from Alex Carp demonstrates just how deeply embedded Palantir is in the Trump big tech axis, fixated on U.S. dominance and utterly unsuited to being anywhere near our public services. Correct. Palantir's manifesto sounds like the ramblings of a supervillain, said Victoria Collins, a liberal Democrat MP. Who are the liberal Democrat MPs? They sound great. A company that has such naked ideological motivations and lack of respect for democratic rule of law should be nowhere near our public services. Correct. A Palantir spokesperson said Palantir software is helping to increase NHS operations, reduce the time it takes to diagnose cancer, keep Royal Navy ships at sea for longer, and protect women and children from domestic violence. What? How can you be doing all that? Tell me how. You say all these things. Oh, and they sound beautiful and flowery. How are you? What? How is Palantir software helping protect women and children from domestic violence? Can anyone tell me? Dude, if you think about this stuff for 5 seconds, you're like, these people are so stupid. And they think you're stupid. We are proud that support is being provided by the 17% of our workforce who are based in the UK, the highest proportion among the world's 20 biggest tech companies. Okay, whatever. Oh, jobs. We gave you jobs, though. So you should just let us do whatever we want and steamroll over you. What? No. Dude, that's everything about Palantir is horrible. Horrible. And again, no one's dismissing AI outright. No one's dismissing technological progress outright. No one is. But we need to have conversations around what that should look like and how that helps the common man, the working man. Because this ain't it. And every single thing Palantir does, it ain't it. Oh, well, we're just going to help eliminate all the white-collar jobs. Then who are the tradesmen going to work for and make money from? Who? You people are so brain dead. It's insane. It's insane that these people get to be CEOs of companies. This just proves to you that everyone above you, they're stupid as hell. They're stupid as hell. Oh, as a CEO of a company, he must be so intelligent. Nope. Nope. They're all smooth brains. Jesus, bro. All right, let's see if we can't glean more comments from the... glean more wisdom from the comments. Boy, my brain's broken today. All right, just an article. Snippet. My 2028 primary litmus test will be whichever candidates pledge to roll back Palantir and SpaceX government contracts. Listen, I got more than that. Medicare for all. But public money shouldn't be going to companies that see public as an enemy to be conquered. Correct, bro. 100% facts. Slaps. Same company that said AI will stifle educated women voters. I know, dude. That's so weird. That was such a sexist, weird thing to say, bro. It's like, women are disgusting and privileged, and men are salt of the earth and work hard. That's what that statement jumped out and said at me. So weird, bro. Crazy that a company so technologically advanced could be so morally archaic. Not crazy to me, unfortunately. Three of the points are whining about public criticism of powerful people. Too bad. We're going to keep doing it because fuck you. And then there is a point that public service employees enjoy too much power. Oh my God, bro. They almost had me thinking they had a half-decent point when national service should be a universal duty. Yes, there is something there. Then they went on to explain it's mandatory military enlistment. And then that's trash because there's plenty of things you can do for good for society. All right, it's not just military. Get out of here, bro. That's one thing. Sure, let's talk about it. But no, not the only thing. Not a social promotion of things that actually help people. Correct. That's exactly right. Many of the points are about the military being the only important thing in government. See, they're all about power and money. That's it. That's it. And once we, the people, relinquish that power, it's game over. It's game over. Because they don't actually care about you. They don't care about you. Not like your neighbors in your community do. Nope. Nope. This whole thing sucks, bro. This whole thing sucks. And I get so tired of, I'm not saying it happened here, but I get so tired of these people like Alex Carp cloaking it in like, oh no, this is freedom. No, it's not. Freedom for who? Elites? Everything they do is about the elites. They don't give a shit about the common man. Facts, bro. Facts. This is surveillance. Where we started was surveillance without probable cause is the definition of anti-freedom. Nobody should be surveyed without probable cause. And I better see that probable cause. It better make sense, bro. There better be a healthy way to figure out if it's actual probable cause, because we ain't sitting here living for the, well, I hate Democrats, so my probable cause is they're a Democrat. Nope. That ain't probable cause. Okay. Where are we going? What are we doing? F Planeteer. I think everyone agrees with that. Thanks for stopping by, and subscribe for more wisdom.